Imagine waking up tomorrow with a renewed sense of purpose, a clear mind, and a body full of energy. This wasn't always true for me. There was a time in my life when I was filling my bucket with all the wrong things. In this video, we're going to explore the analogy of the empty your bucket nutrition plan and give you the exact reason on why we created this powerful plan that has the potential to change your life for the positive.
Hello friends, today I'm going to share with you the big idea behind our program, our philosophy, and how in 90 days you have the potential to transform your life. In a world where we often seek fulfillment in idols such as materialism, relationships, drugs, alcohol, and of course, the innocent drug called food, we struggle to fill the bucket we carry within us, filled with our fears, doubts, and self-imposed limitations, or maybe preconceived notions of previous failures that weigh us down, preventing us from reaching our full potential. If we want to experience lasting change in our lives, we must renew our mind. We are cognitive human beings, and so we think, we feel, and we act. With that in mind, we must find a compelling why that will lead us to a strong conviction so that we can experience lasting positive change in our lives. The Empty Your Bucket Nutrition Plan's main purpose is to help you empty your bucket from limiting beliefs, preconceived notions that are not serving you, and filling your bucket with great, sustainable, lasting, positive changes that will become an automatic, healthy lifestyle. The 3 phases of the program are very intentional and systematic to move you away from dependencies and clear your mind so that you can make empowering choices when it comes to food and movement. Here's how we break down the 3 phases. Reset. This is the first 6 to 8 conservative weeks where most of the cognitive and physiological changes happen. Reboot. In this phase, we reintroduce some of the foods that we initially take out in order to make progress from a physiological and cognitive standpoint. But we reincorporate all macros because we don't demonize any particular food groups. In phase number 3, Excel, once the member reaches this phase, they're golden. Since this is a phase where they're able to practice an 80-20 and reclaim their freedom forever, enjoy food once and for all, and without feeling self-conscious, and having the ability to really just make choices on parameters and things that you'd like to incorporate, and really just be able to enjoy food. So if you've struggled with emotional eating, a constant desire to snack throughout the day, maybe you've been on a million different diets and you haven't seen results, or even worse, you've lost weight and you've gained it right back, you most likely need to empty your bucket. My friend, there was a time in my life where I was filling my bucket with all the wrong things. Things such as money. I thought money would fulfill me, and so I just kept making more money and making more money and making more money and thinking that this would fill my bucket. The more I would fill my bucket with money, the emptier I felt. There was also a time where I believed that, numbing my pain through drugs would fill my bucket, and that left me even emptier. None of these things that I was utilizing to fulfill this internal pain and the things I was doing to try to numb the pain were helping. I just kept filling the bucket with one thing after another, and my bucket was full. By the grace of God, I had a friend who shared the gospel with me, and I rejected it initially. I thought, I've heard this many times, this is not for me. And I didn't really necessarily see the how it correlated or how it impacted me or how that was relevant for me in any way, shape, or form. But what was interesting was that with that message that my friend shared with me, my bucket started to slowly but surely be emptied out. My bucket was completely empty. And like anything else, you can't just leave something empty, you have to fill it with something. In this case, it was something sustainable. I'm reminded of Romans chapter 12, verse 2, where the Apostle Paul says, "Do not be conformed to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will." My friends, it wasn't until the love of God came into me and saturated me that then I was able to start to incorporate a lot of sustainable concepts that prior to that I had white-knuckled my way through. I had tried to discipline myself because, let's face it, I have always been pretty disciplined. But I would try and fail once and again and again and again. And I would just keep defaulting back to my old habits. I would stop drinking, I would stop doing the drugs, I would stop chasing the money, and sure enough, I would go right back to that. Because the thing that I was tackling was dynamics. I didn't have a heart change. I didn't have a conviction that was leading me. In other words, there wasn't a strong why behind what I was doing. And even though I thought I knew what that why was, I would always default back to my normal settings. And so it wasn't until Spirit of God really came within me and He filled my mind. And the first thing that happened was that He changed my mindset. And as I mentioned earlier, we're cognitive human beings. And so as He changed my mindset, it impacted my emotions impacted my habits impacted my character, and ultimately my life radically changed. Now, if you're looking to lose weight and maybe this whole religious thing isn't for you, I totally get it. Our concepts are for people that believe and people that don't believe. I'm just sharing with you how this whole concept came together. Initially, it was me filling my bucket with things that didn't serve me. I had to empty that bucket out and fill it with good, sustainable things. And so when at 33, my mindset changed around life in general, and I started to fill my bucket, I saw some correlations that also applied to this journey of weight loss and living a healthy lifestyle. And I realized that most people that come into our programs come with preconceived notions, maybe because they've done Atkins, keto, South Beach, macro counting, calorie counting, and they have preconceived notions around what is possible or not when it comes to sustainability with their nutrition. And so just like myself, when I was filling my bucket with the wrong things, most of you guys have limiting beliefs, preconceived notions of previous diets. And what you need to do is you need to empty those things out, and you need to seek something that is actually sustainable. The reason we believe the Empty Your Bucket Nutrition Plan is so sustainable is because we know that there's 3 systematic phases that are going to help you incorporate those 6 to 8 weeks that are very conservative, and then you're going to transition into something that's a little bit more flexible, where we still sort of take out some of the macronutrients that we believe spike insulin and secrete dopamine and make you very dependent. And then of course we're going to go into that 80-20, which is very sustainable and where there's a ton of freedom. And so here's the value proposition. If you can discipline yourself for 6 to 8 weeks, I can assure you that you will have a lifetime of freedom when it comes to food. And if you've been captive, if you've been sequestered by all these yo-yo diets, my friend, I'm here to tell you that we have something solid that will provide a change for a lifetime. The Empty Your Bucket Nutrition Plan is that plan, and I hope that not only you're listening to this video, but that you take action, right? And I believe that if you take action, right, that is the definition of power, is not clarity. Clarity is potential power. What is actually power is the ability to take action, to listen and to actually apply these things into your life. If you're struggling on the other side, if maybe this video gave you a little bit of that idea that there's something out there for you, I truly believe there is. I know that the Empty Your Bucket Plan has helped thousands of people make proper nutrition a sustainable lifestyle. I would love to chat with you. Leave your comments down below. If we're not family yet, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I would encourage you to subscribe so that we can continue in touch. You can see some of the videos that we put out there and where we love speaking about things that edify the mind, the body, and the spirit. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you're going to absolutely love this video right here. My name is JT Tapias with the Empty Your Bucket Nutrition Plan. I will talk to you guys soon. Ciao, ciao.